How do?
And we're back in the room.
Can you say that in your best Manchester accent?
I'll do. I'll do.
I want to ask your opinion on something else now. Your views on this. Do you know what a TIC is?
Taken into consideration, and that's a crime when you get arrested. Generally, if you've been arrested for a crime and the police know that you're a prolific offender at that particular crime, they will generally come to you and say, look, we've got a number of offences what are outstanding. If you want to sign them off as yours, we'll take them into consideration in the courts. But what that generally means is the courts are going to give you a squeeze on them and turn a blind eye to them.
You're not going to get a bigger sentence than the offence they've already got you.
That's right, yeah. So I remember a guy who was up for he was in for burglary. They had him on a TIC. I think he took about 24. And he got 2 years for his burglary plus 24 taken into consideration. So that just goes to show you, yeah. Right,
so I had an orderly who was a car thief, but he was next level, suited and booted.
Yeah.
Auto trader, you know, he would turn up, dress right.
Yeah.
Audis, Mercs, private.
Yeah, snatch the money.
Take the cars. Go for a test drive or what, and then he's off. He also did them from dealers.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit harder now because they have the trackers on them, don't they?
They have the trackers, and I'll tell you what bike shops did a long time ago, and I'm surprised that car dealers didn't get on. When you used to go to Carnell's in Doncaster, I mean, we're talking 80s they started it. If I was going for a test ride on a bike, they'd obviously want some ID, like a license, to also take your picture.
Yeah, of course, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
So, let me tell you about when he went out on TIC. So he says, Mr. S, next week, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, so I asked him. 4 days he was going out, so I had to take him to reception in the morning for 8 o'clock. He basically went out with the coppers in the car, driving round.
Yeah, they go out.
They'd say, right.
They let him meet the bird and all that sometimes.
Well, this is what I'm
the girlfriend, a little bit of a drug.
This is what I'm going to tell you. So the first night he come back,
yeah,
I said reception, when he gets back, let me know. So he got back 4:30, I picked him up straight away.
Yeah.
After savoury, I said, you're not eating a scram? He said, I've had KFC.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I says, what do you mean? He says, you know, I had a bacon butty this morning and I had KFC for my dinner.
Yeah.
A bucket.
Yeah.
I says, I don't understand what you mean. He says, right, Mr. S, I've been out driving round.
Yeah.
They'll go Golf GTI. Yeah? Did you nick that? And you know, oh, I might have nicked that. I might.
Yeah.
So he went out 4 days. So it's bacon butty, KFC, McDonald's, Burger King,
got
whatever.
Right off.
Yeah. So
I've known it to happen where the lad has literally had a bit of time to have a bit of sex with his girl, even like they've had a blind eye, like, and the police have just let them sit in the car together. The police have put him in the back of the car, locked the door and gone for a walk and just let him have a piss about for a bit, you know what I mean?
So now I'm going to ask you the thing. So basically they're clearing crime up, makes crime figures look way better. I think he said between 45 and 50 vehicle thefts he agreed to.
Yeah.
And I've already told you, he did the posh stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he went to big gaffs, posh areas in Manchester.
I was arrested in the 90s. And I got a light, it wasn't in the 90s, it was in the 2000s because I was with Kira. It was about 2010 maybe, or 9, probably 2009. I got arrested for 76 thefts, for suspicion of 76 thefts he was investigating me for. Yeah, they arrested me for 1, bang to rights, and then another 76 what they was investigating. He lied me down in the police station for 6 days.
They used to be able to do that, didn't they?
Yeah, they kept me in the police station.
They can't do that now, can they?
No, they kept me in Collier's police station for 6 days. I think it was even the 7th day. I had the chief superintendent coming in all the time saying I'm giving the authorisation to extend your bail for while they investigate, you know. Yep. And after all that time, they didn't even have one other charge. So they investigated 76 thefts. And this was from motor vehicles and stuff. And they come back with absolutely none. They just had the one what they arrested me for, so it was literally a waste of time. But they actually tried to have me nailed to the wall, but eventually.
So they weren't going to give you a squeeze. They were
trying to get me charged with as many fences as possible. But what I didn't know anyway behind the scenes is was building up a Crasbo case, an ASBO. So as it's going on, as I'm committing crimes, they're building up an ASBO case. In the end, they hit me with it, and they hit me with this report one day. I went to court for a theft, and they hit me with this big, massive report. I've still got it here, really. I've still got it at home, and it says a police officer's been working for 12 years on the prolific crimes division. My name is synonymous with crime in North Manchester and the city centre. In the briefings, my name comes up every day in the briefings, and it has for 10 years. So he said, look, all these offences what you've committed, build up a case to prove that you are a prolific offender. There's no stopping you. The only thing we can do to stop you is stop you going in that area. But they had a problem with me because my family home was so close to the city centre. It was hard for him to give me that ring ban. Do you know what I mean? It'd be against my human rights. Because basically, if I stepped out my front door, I'm breaching my order. Do you know what I mean? So like they give me a tag, and they give me a tag from 2 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right, just let me stop you there before you go any further.
Yeah.
So you were telling me this, Marv. First of all, tell people what an ASBO is, in short.
It's a series of offences what they build up on you to try and get you. I don't know what an ASBO is.
They were popular in the 90s, early 2000s, weren't they?
It
was basically, I tell you what, they did a lot of football fans in Sheffield, Sheffield United fans.
Yeah, they're building up cases against you.
Basically,
prolific, whatever you
they hadn't got anything on them, but they said, you know, you're in the city centre after 6 o'clock, we're going to lock you up. It kept trouble out of city centre, because you get Wednesdayites in town, Unitedites fighting, so it split them up.
Yeah, that was it,
Tag, a normal tag will be maybe 12 hours, and it might be 8, so...
Yeah, they're normally 8 AM till 8 PM, aren't they?
Yeah, so that means you can go out your house, you've got a tag, but
6.
you need to be back at night and at home within them hours. Your tag was...
2 AM till 2 PM. So they wanted me out at 2 AM.
Explain the rationale behind
that.
I
was only allowed out from 2 AM until 2 PM in the afternoon. So because I'd been doing a bit of this and that around gang infested areas. Let's say that. I'd done a number of offences what would amount to like a good reason to give me like a crasbo, you know what I mean? So they was trying to build a case up against me, but they got it in the end. They got the crasbo, they got the tag. The tagging was just crazy, so they wanted me out basically burgling. Do you know what I mean? They wanted me out.
But there's not a lot you can do at 2 o'clock in the morning, is there?
No.
Unless
they told us.
You're involved in criminality.
Yeah, they told us. I think they told Kira, I think one of them said to Kira, look, we want to catch him for burglaries.
Who authorised that? Who authorised it?
Well,
the
it
judge?
Must have been a judge, yeah. So what happened was, I had Judge Gilbert, who was he's dead now, was the recorder of Manchester. He was the one who sentenced all the rioters, the riots. He sentenced them all, gave them a big, massive jail. Everyone, even like someone who walked in a building, picked up a Mars bar, he gave him 2 years, first offence, okay? So he was absolutely so strict. The reason why they gave me my tagging order to go and review it every month was because they knew he was so strict, and he'd threatened to give me 2 years for a theft. For breaching the tag, he wanted to give me a 2-year sentence for a theft, which was like the craziest amount of jail. But what happened was, he knew my situation. I told him, I'm addicted to crack cocaine. I can't get off it. I'm trying everything to get off it. There ain't no one telling me to get off it. I'm just trying to do it myself. Do you know? I've tried everything possible, and Kira was going up in front of him, and he was explaining to Kira, look, Kira, I've got to jail him because he's breaching the tag. And Kira was saying, look, Judge Gilbert, please give him a squeeze. The times of the tag, 2 AM till 2 PM, are just crazy. He's bound to be breaching it if he's got a drug addiction. Do you know what I mean? So he gave me an absolute brilliant squeeze in the end for breaching it, and because I ended up cutting it off and whatnot. I stripped naked actually in the house. The police come and went to arrest me, and what happened was I had a drug parcel in the house and I couldn't find it. As the police are trying to get in the house, they know I'm in, and they're saying, Lee Marvin, open the door, so we're going to boot it in. Okay, we're just getting authorisation off the sergeant. We're going to be 20 minutes. We ain't going anywhere. We're coming in. But I've got a big ball of cannabis, crack, Subutex pills. I've got a ball of a parcel what I used to carry around with me all the time just in case I got arrested. And I can't find it. I'm searching myself everywhere. So what I did is I stripped myself naked and I'm saying to Kira, I can't find my parcel. And she's saying, fuck your parcel, you don't need that shit anyway. And I'm saying, I fucking need it for prison. And she's looking for it, I'm looking for it, and the police are trying to get in anyway. In the end, we didn't let them in. They peeled the door off, came in, and because I was bolloco naked, and I ripped my tag off, cut it off and said, here, you want it, get it, I'm done with it, I've had enough, get me sentenced. And Judge Gilbert gave me 8 weeks in prison, and I was expecting 2 years. But because I think he understood my problem, the predicament I was in a
well, let's face it.
And he knew also that my crimes, like my first crimes, what I was getting arrested for was robberies, But then I quickly realised that you're going down Big Bird Street, there's only one way you're going when you're getting arrested for robberies. So I'd robbed a couple of drug dealers, I'd done a few other little crimes what amounted to a robbery, even a couple of like offences where, let's say, I knew there was a certain quantity of whatnot in a house, and I'm designated the one to take it, you know. So I've had to do them a few times, a few really like crazy ones where I've had to take window frames out, you know what I mean? Because I don't really, if you're getting in a building or whatnot, I'd try and avoid the door, so I'd try and I wouldn't break windows. I'd take the old frame out, do you know what I mean? That was one of my specialities.
Ever thought of becoming a window fitter? Or?
Yeah, so I was known as a really good quick entry guy. So,
final little bit to this. So TIC, it's basically clearing up crime and making crime figures look better.
Yeah, it's just clearing up like, crime numbers.
Sending people to prison, does that help anyone with addiction?
It stops them committing crime. So it doesn't stop the addiction because there's more drugs in prison than there is on the out. They're easily accessible. I mean, if you've got money, you can get anything in prison. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
But I never had money in prison. I used to just go to the main boys. I'd always find if I went to a new prison, for example, I'd land on a wing. I'd find out who the boy is who's controlling the wing. I'd find out who his bodyguards are who are minding him, and I'd take them out the picture, whichever way possible, you know. I'd be a bit sly sometimes. I'd cause an argument with them, take them out and carry him off the wing, you know, like.
I thought you were going to say you'd use your charm.
Yeah, I'd use my charming skills, So I'd normally take out the opposition, the one who's like the one who's standing in my way, you know what I mean? And then I'm next to the guy then, and then I'm getting all the prizes and all the prezes, and I'm the one doing all the work, and I'm the one chopping up the parcels and whatnot, do you know what I mean?
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
TICs.
TICs.
Thanks for coming.
You're very welcome.
I'll see you.
See you later.